Yo guys, and welcome to this new video. Today I will give you my spoiler-filled thoughts on Lilo and Stitch. Alright, this video shouldn't have to take too long because we all already know the story of Lilo and Stitch from the original animated movie. So I'm mostly gonna talk about the differences and the differentiations that this movie made based upon that original movie. There are some things I hate, there are some things I love. And let's start bad with the things that I absolutely hated. Guntas, I actually forgot his name. The shark, Gunta. His absence in this movie was absolutely felt. He served as one of the main villains of the original, and he wasn't in this movie at all, which bummed me out fucking hard, because Jesus Christ, that's one of the major characters from the original movie you're just completely ditched. And the way they resolved around ditching of that character, what I still don't know the reason of, is very bad, because they made Jumba the bad guy. And I hated that. Like, why would you do that? And I mean it in all the bad ways of the word. Like, Jumba is one of the most beloved characters from the original. He serves as a villain in the beginning, but then he turns good in the end because he's just a nice guy that wants to get things done. And yeah, he is evil in his inner brain, but he isn't evil actually. In this one, he's just straight up the villain of the movie. Why? Why the fuck would you do that? I hated that choice. I hated it with my guts. I hated it with everything that I have, with everything I own. That is one of the worst choices that they could have made, and they still did it, and I didn't like it. They gave Bleakley some more things to do. They gave Bleakley some kind of bigger hero arc, which I did like, because that is what I missed in the original movies, in the 4 animated ones. So I kind of am happy that they gave him a little bit more to do. It wasn't a lot, but it was still a little bit, and he was still kind of funny, so that is working well. So Bleakley, they did better, and Jumba, they absolutely butchered in every single way of the word. That was really down there, because I hated that choice. That being said, the characters are that. They also changed Cobra Bubbles quite a bit, which was also an odd choice. I mean, we have the woman that was now doing the child support things, which is okay. She did it very well, and I love the casting of it, because the actress that played the child services lady in this one is also the voice of the animated sister, of the animated Nani. Yeah. That was awesome. That's wholesome. I love that. So that was really good. And every time she was on screen, even though I did not approve of her being that instead of Cobra Bubbles, I also thought it was wholesome that they brought her back for that one. I thought that was pretty nice. I am very happy with that choice actually in the end. So there, the good definitely outweighed the bad of the choice, but they made Cobra Bubbles go from it. He always was CIA, of course, but in this one, they made him CIA immediately. They did it immediately, and it also went immediately after Stitch, which was interesting, because in the animated one he didn't do that, and I didn't really see the purpose of him already being CIA in this movie. I didn't really think that was a really important thing they had to change for it, so I was like, why are you doing this? So that is also something I was like, okay, sure. In the end, they also changed quite some things with the way that the family is being portrayed. And I have to say, for the family part, I absolutely love how they did it in this movie. And I do think the family stuff is handled with more care and in a better way than it was in the original animated movie. Jesus Christ, my cats are going insane. So that being said, I did love everything with that. They added some scenes, like the scene on the beach was a little extended, where they have to try and revive Lilo for a second, or everything with Stitch in the end when they had to reactivate him with the car cables. That was pretty funny. Loved that part. That was really good. That was big for the family. And of course, her going to do the marine biology, which is also kind of nice, which I also absolutely love. I think it would have bumped me out quite a bit more if they just made her say like, nah, I have to take care of Lilo and then not do anything. That would have been a bummer for me, so I'm very happy that they didn't do that. And everything else with the Ohana was just really done very well, especially if you consider more to the beginning of the movie where they are fighting a little bit more. You can definitely see the love shining a lot more in there. And you learn a bit more about the family, about the parents, and there's this new woman on a motorcycle, the grandmother-like character, but she isn't the grandmother, right? I was confused on who she actually was. Was she just a resident, or was she the actual grandmother of Lilo and Stitch? Lilo and Nani. That is something I still don't know. So if you know it, please let me know in the comments down below. So yes, some of these choices were very weird and very stupid, and some of the choices I absolutely love and take them by heart and absolutely adore them over the original, especially if you look at the Ohana. In the end, I do think the bad outweighed the good on the abbreviation parts, because everything with Jumba just did not make sense in my mind, and Cobra Bubbles did not make sense in my mind. The movie overall, the feeling it portrays, the feeling it gives you, that stays the same. I have nothing against that. That was good. The movie is quite nice. The movie is still a tad bit boring, but Stitch is very awesome, so I love the movie still. So if you haven't seen my normal review, I'm going to give this movie 3 stars out of 5 and a little heart, because I just genuinely liked what I saw, and in the overall arcing story, the bad does not outweigh the good, and the good still strikes more and better than the bad will ever do. Alright, what did you think of this one, and what do you think of the choices that this movie made instead and coursing it over to the original animated movie? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I'm really excited to hear your opinion on it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, and bye bye.